The Pentagon says U.S. military bases in Iraq and Syria have come under attack 40 times in the last 3 weeks.
If and when we decide to respond again in the future, we'll do it at a time and in a manner of our choosing. We will absolutely take the action that we need to take. The President, as Commander-in-Chief, will order that action to protect our troops and facilities as he sees fit.
And the war still very active in Gaza. Trey Yingst live on the ground in southern Israel with the very latest. Trey.
Hey, Todd, Carly, good morning. The war is raging on behind me inside the Gaza Strip. The Israeli military just released the name of another soldier who was killed in battle against Hamas. We understand that brings the total to 31 Israeli troops since the ground operation into Gaza began. I do want to just show you off in the distance here. You can see Israeli forces staging just feet from the Gaza border. This is an area to the northern part of the Gaza Strip where Israelis are waiting for orders to go in and support those thousands of infantry troops that are currently operating inside Gaza. We do know across this area, the IDF has mobilized its entire artillery force, both here in the south and the north, for the first time since the 1973 war. These battalions on high alert as they continue to support the operations inside Gaza. We also understand there are intense battles taking place near the Al-Shifa hospital. That is the location where it is expected the Israelis will find a major Hamas command center. A local media is reporting that those forces are within half a mile of the Al-Shifa hospital. And it does come as the Israelis are facilitating an evacuation corridor once again today from 10 to 2 p.m. They're trying to get in this 4-hour window as many Palestinians out of the northern part of the Gaza Strip. We showed you those images yesterday of people evacuating south. Yet another indication that the Israelis are urging these civilians to leave as the fighting gets more intense. We do expect to find out more today from the Chief of Staff about the developments on the ground and what comes next for Israel inside Gaza. Todd, Carly?
Yeah, and Trey, there's also the hostages, and President Biden spoke with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on the phone on Monday and reportedly asked him to agree to a 3-day pause to allow these hostage negotiations to play out. And the proposal is that Hamas would release 10 to 15 hostages and use those 3 days to compile a list of names and then let America and Israel know who exactly these hostages are. So far, it doesn't look like Netanyahu is going to go for this idea. But what do you know about this conversation?
Absolutely. There are a lot of high-level talks taking place behind the scenes to get the around 240 hostages out of Gaza. But the Israelis have been very clear. They are bringing the fight back to Hamas inside the Strip. And so they're unwilling to have any sort of long-term pause in the fighting or a formal ceasefire with Hamas. The Israelis say this would just give the organization the ability to reorganize after a month of war and then ultimately be able to battle harder inside Gaza. And so it's certainly not out of the realm of possibility. But publicly, the Israelis, including Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, are saying today there will be no ceasefire with Hamas.
Trey Yingst, live for us on the ground in southern Israel. Trey,
thanks, Trey.
Thank you.